welcome to a very special episode of New Game Plus. I'm Tim. I'm joined by the lovely Kirsty. How are you?
Aw, Tim, you're such a gentleman. Even after 100 episodes and all these wrinkles and tired. No, anyway, I'm very excited because, of course, we are now 100. Yep. I'm sitting anxiously by my computer / letterbox, waiting for the letter from the Queen to celebrate us on this achievement. But I think I'll be waiting a while.
I'm not sure if it's going to come. No, but 100 episodes, 2 years. We've come so far. We've travelled. We've gone through studios, we've done so much, and here we are, and we're introducing new things in this episode.
Which is very, very exciting, because of course we did come off a huge weekend as well. We kind of had a bit of a celebration beforehand at Battle Arena Melbourne, which finished last week, which was so cool, and it was a great opportunity also just to reconnect with the community as well, and really think about what we want to do for
I got to head down at the end of the event. I did miss out on most of it, but it did look like a very fun event.
It was pretty full on. But let's talk about these new segments.
Yes, first up we'll have Old Game Plus with our old men of the crew. That'll be Jason as well as Peter having a look at some retro games, some of the old remakes as well.
Yeah, because retro is the new black. I mean, frankly, look at all the indie games. There are a lot of retro inspired stuff. So I think it is really important, or certainly us at New Game Plus, I think it's important to kind of bring that vision, look into the past to look into the future.
And look at those Atari cartridges that came up with ET.
I'm you know what? Like, I thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, is it a PR stunt? You know, what's going on? But I hope it's legit because I want one. Like, I really do.
For something that was notoriously the worst game ever made, and so many of them made that they buried it in the ground.
I know.
That'll sell for quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Plus, we also have one that's a bit close to my heart. We have New Game Purasu, which is going to be our Japanese themed segment, which is very exciting. I know you probably
putting that in the corner.
No, we won't be putting baby in the corner. We will be very cool, and we will do it, and we'll be proud of it. But we also, of course, have a mailbag segment coming up for you in this episode to see what you guys have to say. So I think we should get this celebration on the road.
Yes, we shall.
Well, it's our 100th episode. We've decided to be a little bit, I don't want to say selfish, indulgent. Is indulgent the word? Yeah, I don't go indulgent. We've decided to do a mailbag segment. We got some questions from the community and the broader audience.
Yes.
And so we'll answer some of those on our 100th step. Maybe we'll do it a little bit more going forward, but for now, these are the ones we've got. So, Tim, most memorable interview you've ever been a part of?
Min Liang Tun, the CEO of Razer. We went up to Sydney, had a look at the Razer Blade, and we just spent 10 minutes talking to the guy, and I was talking to him about Dota esports and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, it was really cool. Like, he was just a really cool guy.
And it's always nice when you meet someone who is in that position and isn't a tosspot together, because you meet a lot of people in our industry, in every industry, who really buy their own hype. But we've been lucky. I mean, I've interviewed Billy West, and I'd have to say he was the best, the voice of everything ever. Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, who we then had coffee with and stuff like that, was great fun. Warren Spector. We've been really lucky. We've been really blessed with interviews, but I'm going with Billy West, just because watching him break into every single character he's ever done in front of you, it's something else.
And it's a lot of characters.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, most outtakes to do a scene. Now, I'll preface this. Most of the New Game Plus what you see is usually maybe 3 takes maximum.
Yeah.
Simply because we want to keep the spontaneity. We do a little bit of, we obviously research, we play our games, but we want it to be natural conversation.
And it's not we're mucking up on a script, because a lot of it, we don't write down what we're going to say. So we just say what we feel at the time.
Yeah.
We do what we feel.
We do what we feel like. So what's the most outtakes you've taken into a scene in New Game Plus?
I remember a while ago, not the Elder Scrolls, another MMO, the Old Republic. That took a very long time to film, because I wanted to talk about every aspect of the game. And of course, MMOs, there's so much you need to talk about in 3 minutes.
And particularly in those kind of games where it's so different to the other ones in the scene.
Yeah.
For me, the most outtakes to a scene was the goddamn Game of the Year episode, because I can't do voiceover.
No.
And the voiceover thing I was recording into was feeding back into my head half a second after I said it.
Yeah.
So I felt like I had a stroke, and I was speaking like... Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, anyway. That was the worst. Easily the worst. We have another question.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how it got in there. Heavy Rain or Beyond Two Souls, which is Jason's favourite. The answer is Fable. What about? But did you actually play the Tim?
It was pretty arse. I don't know. The Beyond Two Souls, I had such high expectations because Ellen Page, but it didn't turn out to be a very good game, which was unfortunate.
All right, well, what's the worst thing that's ever happened during filming anywhere?
I don't know. Like, I guess it's missing content. Like,
Yeah.
we've done interviews at E3 and that sort of stuff. Battlefield 4, I had a really good interview with the EA dev, and he accidentally turned the microphone off at the start of the interview, so we missed the whole interview.
Nice.
And it was very frustrating.
Yeah, I gotta say, I've screwed EA over twice on that front. We got invited up to an event. Lots of devs, like I'm talking 6 or 7 devs. Great interviews. Had them all filmed. Went to film the last one. For some reason, it wouldn't stop recording at the end. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And eventually, it stopped.
Yeah.
And then, boom, card corrupted. Digital media is wonderful, but holy crap, I would have killed for some tape right then. Because
Yeah.
worst time, you can always just cut a little bit of tape off,
Yeah,
sticky
it's
tape it back together, and
fine.
it's fine. It just takes the exact amount of time you took to film it to correct. Anyway.
Yeah.
Rita Donald writes, what happened to the news?
And
Yeah.
thanhanks for
Thanks,
Donald.
Donald. Yeah.
We can't wait to see,
See
what you have for us
next time.
ever.
Yeah, ever. What is the core motivation for making New Game Plus?
Boredom. It's something to do, and it's something that's
Keeps
good
you off
fun.
the streets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps us off
Nice,
the WoW
nice.
crack. It's, it's
Shout
good.
outs to Work for the Doll. No, for me, it's 2 things. Spite, for one. 100% spite. Tell me I can't do something, tell me you don't, and I'll do it. Number 2 is probably the fact that I think a lot of games media focus on the negatives about gaming.
Yeah.
And while you can't be overly positive, because there are some bad things that happen, you can at least highlight the things we're doing right and make sure we're moving towards that path. And that's what I go into with every review, every interview I do.
And we get to do some pretty cool stuff.
We do, 100%. It costs us a lot of money, a lot of time, but it's good. Why don't girls date nice guys? Apparently
yeah.
we're fucking Reddit now. I haven't, my fedora is nowhere near tipped enough to answer that one, so I'm just gonna let that one go. Last one, here it is. If you guys had to enter one member of the New Game Plus team into a fighting game tournament for the pride of the whole crew, what would it be and what game would they be playing?
Not me, because I can't play fighting games.
No, that's
I'm
true.
Trashed here.
That's-
at fighting
you are,
games.
that's-
I play good Scorpion in Mortal Kombat,
Yes,
but that's about it.
That's true, yeah. And Darth plays a horrible katana. But, I mean, the obvious answer is Shane with Rumble Roses. But that's... No, that's not true. If we're going Smash...
Tekken Ball.
Tekken Ball.
We can do
We'd
that.
play Tekken Ball and we would put Oz on that, and I
Yeah.
reckon we'd win. But if not, I'd go Kirsty for Smash or Proc for AE.
Yeah.
Kirsty's the best Smash player in the team, easily. So, there you are. Hopefully that's a little bit of an insight into what we do and some of the things that you wanted to know. Maybe we'll do this every time we're running short on content and we need something to fill, because it's an easy segment. I shouldn't say that. We're supposed to cut? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, crap.
Now, over the past 100 episodes, we've always asked the question, would Timmy play it? And in 98.34% of cases, the answer is
No.
because the games we tend to encourage you with are...
Yeah, wacky and wonderful games from Japan. So usually they're not your average sort of games. So when it's would Tim play it, it's just it's so foreign and strange that I don't know. Usually it just doesn't look appealing.
No, because look, not to shoehorn you in any kind of fashion, but your taste in gaming can be a bit widespread at times. So break me down a week of gaming for Timmy.
A lot of Dota. A lot of Dota. Far too much Dota. Bit of Battlefield every now and then. Get into some shooters, some Counter-Strike. Lots of Valve games.
Okay, so see here we're painting a picture. Now Valve is good because Valve also has a lot of indie games, so you could start to change your tastes by going through some of the indie games on the Steam library. But the thing that's really important to me is the fact that you own not one but 2 current gen handheld consoles.
Yes.
You own a Vita. How do you not play Japanese games?
There's other games on the Vita though.
Oh,
It's
what, like 3?
Yeah, I suppose. But the 3DS is, I think, a better example.
Yes.
There's good games on there that aren't necessarily shovelware or anything
No.
like that. I got my new 3DS with the little Yoshi on it.
So kawaii. But see, the thing is, with those kind of handles, particularly in 5 years' time, the Vita is going to be an absolute goldmine of Japanese games.
As the PSP was.
Exactly. And you've played Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, we're on the gateways here. So, we get you started on the soft stuff and you can move into the hard stuff. Because Pokemon gets you ready for the, inane, battles, turn-based combat, got to collect them all, got to catch them all, sorry. Everything.
And the new one's coming out as well. Well, the new old Pokemon. So.
And then there's also the new Bayonetta. So there's a whole... See, Tim, I think you should make it a thing that for the next 100 episodes, we turn that statistic around and you start saying yes.
Metal Gear counts, doesn't it? Crazy Hideo Kojima.
It does.
All right, Oz, now the Win Retro boys have gone off into the Ethersphere, the Twitter sphere. Yes. We wish them the best of luck with what they're doing.
Yes, we do.
The sad part is there's still a big retro following for our show.
And there's enough room for more retro on this show.
And that's what we thought. So what we thought we'd do is we'd make it its own brand. And since we're lazy, we figured Old Game Plus.
Old Game Plus works.
Old Game Plus just works because, let's face it, you have New Game Plus and you have Old Game Plus. It writes itself. It writes itself. So we thought the first segment that we do, we're going to call Retro and Remake. If you have a better name, email it through because...
So R&R.
R&R. Well, R or whatever. Anyway. But the moral of the story is we're going to look at like classic games and have a look at their reboots, their remakes.
Yeah.
The ones that have followed and not necessarily even sequels, but just
because it's quite a common thing these days to reboot a title or reboot a franchise even. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I mean, it's, obviously we've got Final Fantasy. There's a heap we can do.
Yes.
There's plenty for us to cover. The first one that came up when we first started discussing this segment was Mario Tennis.
Yeah, so Mario Tennis on the 3DS, or called Mario Tennis Open, made by Camelot Software.
Yep.
And Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color, also made by Camelot Software.
So I think they've made, and they also made the N64 one. They've pretty much made all of them.
Yes.
So for those who haven't played the Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color, it was a very simple game. So obviously 2 buttons for Game Boy Color.
Yes.
So two buttons, simple D-pad, that's all you had.
Yeah.
But the way the game got around that was the fact that by holding one button, so holding B, and then sliding across to A, yeah, you would do a lob, or you would do like a cut shot, or you would do... So depending on what you
could do so many shots with just 2 buttons.
And the big thing that went for it, so there was the great tennis gameplay, but the big thing going for it was RPG mode.
RPG, yeah. So as you're off the court, you get experience for winning games, and also for losing games, not much.
Yeah,
and you can level up your character. So they had stats like their serving, their power shots, volleys, their top spins. But as you leveled up each stat, other stats would fall.
It wasn't just as simple as building till you become unstoppable. It was, I've got to focus on this for this tournament. So if I put more points into that, but you always lose out somewhere else. So you can't have the perfect player.
Yeah. So all your stats would start at 1, but even well into the game, there was still a stat or 2 that was still 1.
Yep. And I think that's what kept it going. I think that was what's great about it. You could keep playing it for ages, and it just had that level of diversity to it.
Yes.
Yeah? Then they made the N64 one, which was a bit more accessible, but still had those great mechanics. Plus, they had a lot more buttons they could play.
A bit more arcadey.
Yeah. So it was a real good middle ground. Then they've gone with the Open, and it's just too far the other way.
Yeah, it's very simplified. It feels, as you've said to me, like a rhythm game. It's like you can use the buttons or you can use the touchpad, and the touchpad feels like a DDR match.
Yeah, it's effectively you push the right buttons at the right time when you're on the right square, and it does the better hit. And it just...
It's like top spin.
There's no depth. There's
Lob.
There's no depth. There's no anything. And so, I mean, when it comes down to it, these are both available on 3DS. You can get the Game Boy Color on 3DS. And so it comes down to which one would you prefer. Yeah. Full retail price for Open.
$8 or something?
Yeah, not even a tenner. So let's just leave it at there, but I think you get which one we prefer on that one.
Hello, I'm Rob from Somewhat Awesome Films. First of all, a big thank you to New Game Plus for featuring my short films on their show every now and then. But mainly, of course, a massive congratulations on 100 episodes of New Game Plus. You guys are making The Simpsons look lazy by how quick you are pumping out these episodes. I know you guys work really hard on the show, and it shows. So congratulations on making 100 episodes of your awesome TV show.
Hello? Hello, are you in there? Little people, we see you.
So tiny.
Not really.
Curtis.
Al from Hittin' Crits, just wishing New Game Plus, happy 100th episode, guys. Keep entertaining us. You rock!
Roll those 20s.
Cha-ching!
Now, we've got lots of new segments with episode 100 coming up.
Yep.
This is the second, I don't know, how do we, like the Umbrella brand?
Rebrand?
Well, I guess Umbrella works because then I can directly link it to Biohazard/Resident Evil. Anyway, but we're going to, so all of our Japanese content is going to go under the one brand.
All right.
And that brand is...
New Game Plus?
Purasu.
Plus.
Because they don't have L in Japan. So, because we're not very creative, we decided that was the easiest way to do it. Just
New
pretty much
Game
convert
Plus.
it to katakana.
Right.
So, also that'll include anime, like JRPGs, lots of streams, YouTube vids. Anything that's kind of Japanese focused will be under the New Game Purasu brand. So, are you excited, Shaney?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. And talking about, I guess, New Game Plus Purasu, we have anime for you right now.
Yes, we do. So, it is that time of year.
Spring.
Spring. Yes.
Spring.
Spring.
Japanese spring.
Yep. So, you know, the new anime comes out. Every 3 months they do it, but realistically, spring tends to be one of the bigger ones, just because you know it coming into summer, blah blah blah. So there are 3 series that you've specifically chosen to spotlight that are new series.
All right, we'll start with Captain Earth.
I.e. Tekken Bredo for the...
Tekken Bredo, yes.
Yes, for the new generation.
It's, I don't know, the story of how a boy becomes a captain of a giant robot mostly, and it's mostly forced upon him.
I've never... That's a strange story for a Japanese anime.
Yeah, robots.
Never heard of that before. But, I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem it faces. Straight away... the more I watch robot anime, the more I realize I hate them, and that's why I like Evangelion.
Oh yes, because it's robot anime, totally.
Yeah, well, you know, but at the same time, to me, there was just too many similarities as far as like the robot coming together. You know, it looks like the old days of like Goldan and Gundam and stuff like that. And
well, that's what they were going for, and maybe you're not like the kind of projected audience as per se, but it kind of does flesh it out better in like episode 2 and 3. First episode's a little bit just things that are just thrown at you, but it is fleshed out better in like the few more episodes.
Did you get past his olive oil neck with his giant head, like on his tiny little neck?
All right, we'll go into the next one. Just leave that, and we'll go into 1 Week Friends or Ishukan Friends.
Ishukan Friends. Now, this is one I haven't seen, so you're going to have to do the hard sell.
Okay, the hard sell is a girl who loses her memory every week cannot gain friends because she cannot remember them after every week.
So it's like that Drew Barrymore's Adam Sandler movie, but over a week.
That, except 10 times more soul. Okay. It's got a lot more soul to it, and it's that feel that you get hit by
poor
every time.
Shady with his feels.
I don't know. It's really, really good, and just the feels and even like the animation style. It's really, really nice.
I guess it's one of those things. You know, it is great to have something with soul, but it's also good to have something that animates well. You know what I mean? It's good to have that mix. So, hopefully it's good, but yeah.
Well, with that kind of interlude or whatever, we'll go into the one that has soul and style.
Yes, which is Makaku City Actors.
Yes.
Which is one I'm actually glad that you showed me, because straight away, as soon as it started, I'm like, Bakemonogatari guys.
And made by the same people, yes.
Yeah, so straight away I've gone, it's definitely them. It starts off, he's in his apartment, he's got his, what is she, like a computer virus, an assistant?
Yeah, I guess so. He's a NEET, so non-employed or in training or anything like that. But it kind of goes into this really weird story of how he gets into like a...
He has to go and buy a keyboard.
Yes,
That's
keyboard.
how it starts. He has to go and buy a keyboard. From that point onwards, everything takes a turn. It's self-aware. It's got some really cool themes coming up. Hopefully it doesn't get too Death Note-y and too up its own ass.
I don't believe it should.
Well, hopefully, because I'm really enjoying it so far. So and I know that you're really sad about what's coming up in episode 4. So we'll deal with that next week. It's all right, Shaney. You'll get through it, mate. Come on. My name's Jason.
And my name's Tim.
And we're back with New Game Plus, a brand new video gaming show on your television and internet.
And we've brought some friends along.
Hi, I'm Brad. The things I'll be covering are primarily Japanese games and anime.
Oh hi, I'm Donald. I'll be bringing you all the latest news, the hot scoops, and maybe even a couple of indie reviews. You never know.
Hi, I'm Kirsty and I'll be focusing on mobile devices such as the iPad and the iPhone and all of the news that comes with that industry.
I'm Jamie and next time we'll take you to another really cool location right here in Melbourne.
Things look different. Yeah. You know, it's a new show, new set.
Bit of a terrorist background I'm a bit worried about, but...
Yeah, it's the same two old guys doing the old shtick, you know, we don't change.
Same two old
Everything else
guys.
might change, but we don't change.
So we'll be back as of April.
And we'll be on every week.
Just like we were in the old days, eh, Tim?
Yep.
Yep, that's what you got. Beautiful. New Game Plus.
God, we were so young back then.
I'm so brown. I'm so white. Oh, I feel awful.
But we certainly have come such a long way. Looking back on that, it was the old studio and
it was
a couple of the older crew.
That's
and,
it. It's weird. Like it's nice though. It's nice. I guess see also the foundations of where we came from. So what each of us kind of said we were going to do, and generally it's actually stayed pretty close to that. Like we've kind of stuck to those kind of roles, which is nice. But it's also good to see, exactly how far we've come.
Yeah, and I think when we were certainly planning the show, we just was putting so much effort into it, and then to see what it has finally become, the finely tuned machine that New Game Plus is and has become today, it's fantastic.
It is. It's always nice to kind of look back, and again, very fresh-faced and short-haired, which is always funny just to see also how the styles have changed in 2 years, and also even to look back at some of the games that we started reviewing back then as well, and now we're in the new console generation, so now we've got a whole new raft of technology to play with too.
It's good fun.
Because we kind of came into it a bit late in the generation, we only had the final 2 years, but that was some pretty good years. So,
but that said, and the new generation, new show, exciting stuff coming up. It's great to see. So Kirsty, we've got some pretty cool gear to give away from Roccat, and the first of which is this Roccat Savu mouse.
I know, which is very, very cool. So to help us celebrate our, 100 episodes and the good fortune to go forward for 100 or 1,000 more, we've got some really cool giveaways. And the first one is this mouse. Now tell me about the mouse, because I'm not a PC gamer.
Of course, it's got all the
buttons.
Buttons. It has buttons you can click.
I'm so excited.
But also having the side buttons, which really do help when you're playing certain games, being able to bind those extra functions, the keys, having it as like a knife in a first-person shooter, or binding it to items in Dota, things like that. It's really good. And I've had a lot of experience with Roccat keyboards, not so much with the mice, but they do some pretty cool stuff. So
all right.
This one, how do they win?
Well, to win, all you have to do is tell us in 25 words or less, number one, the brand of this mouse, and number two, why you need it. So why do you need a new mouse? So send it through to contest@newgameplus.tv or enter via our Facebook, send us a Facebook message to win a new mouse.
Now, we're very excited to be announcing the New Game Purasu brand here on the 100th episode. So they've dragged me out sick out of bed to announce a very cool promotion that we currently have going. Now, we've done a lot of great anime in the last few weeks. We've got a heap more to come, but one of the last 2 years that's really lived up to the hype is Attack on Titan. And it's a fantastic series, one you should all check out. And thanks to Madman Entertainment, we're giving you the chance to do just that, winning up to 10 copies. Well, you don't win all 10, but one of 10 copies on Blu-ray or DVD of your choice. How we're going to do it is you recommend us an anime. We're happy to cover old stuff, new stuff, obscure stuff. Send us your requests. Doesn't have to even be ones you like, because you might not like us and you want us to suffer through your crap anime that everybody hates. That's fine with us. But send us a recommendation, 25 words or less, to the Facebook and contest@newgameplus.tv. If you go to 27 or 28, we're not going to think. But just make sure you get your recommendations in. Win a copy of Attack on Titan, one of the best series of recent time. Get cracking. Free DVDs, 100th episode. I think I've covered all my points. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go.
Well, that brings us to the end of these episode 100 celebrations, Timmy.
Yes, it's been a big show, and hopefully we'll have 100 more episodes.
Oh, don't worry. We've got big plans for the future, as
plans
always.
for big shows. So
Exactly. So hopefully you're also going to like some of the cool new stuff. Well, of course you're going to like it. We're going to like some of the cool new stuff that we've got coming up for you. And don't forget, if you ever want to, contribute or get involved with the show, or tell us where we've gone wrong and promptly get ignored, just be part of the community. We've got plenty of avenues for you to do that.
Yeah, the Facebook, come tell us what you think. It's certainly a great way to interact with us. And
Exactly. And we've got lots of course, cool stuff coming up, plus some cool competitions as well.
Yes, the Rock Out competition that's coming up as well. Some really cool Rock Out gear. So
get to rock out with your cat out. I don't know.
So you can stop playing Start Gaming for those of you who get that.
I don't. But I do get the Madman stuff. So, of course, don't forget to enter our Madman competition for some really, really cool stuff coming out of there. Yeah. I'm really excited for it.
It's a lot to be excited about.
There is. There's a lot coming up, guys. So, again, don't forget, just get involved. Keep watching. We'll be back to regular programming next week. Back to playing video games. I know, it's a hard life sometimes. It's a really, really hard life.
Watch Dogs coming up.
It is. I'm really interested to see, because I think that's one game actually I'm really excited to see the what's the word, like transmedia connection of it, because they've got to get this smart glass and all of that kind of stuff involved. I mean, it's a missed opportunity. What was that game that had where it sent you text messages? Was it Halo? One of those. One of the games, like the pre-release, was this really cool like treasure hunt. I think it was Halo. But see, that'd be cool for Watch Dogs, like QR codes and stuff. I don't know.
Synced with your smartphone.
Look at this! I've got all these ideas. I need to go work with Ubisoft, man. I've got all these ideas. Anyway, let's wrap it. Just quickly. Timmy, all right, wrap it up, Timmy.
So visit our website www.newgameplus.tv.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/NewGamePlusTV.
Follow our Twitters and Instagrams at NewGamePlusTV.
And watch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/NewGamePlusTV.
Thank you, Kirsty.
Thank you, Timmy, and we will see you guys next week.